Many states have a law allowing law enforcement to take your property without charging you with a crime.
It's called civil asset forfeiture. Law enforcement in Kansas uses it to collect millions of dollars. In our continuing investigation, William Joy shows us why critics say the law is just as unfair as finders keepers.
Hey, sir, can I ask you a few questions?
We have no interest in taking property from someone who's an innocent owner.
But innocent people do have money and property taken using a law called civil asset forfeiture.
Does it happen? Yes. But there are ways for those individuals that get caught up in that web to get out of that.
Attorney Chris Joseph defends forfeiture cases and says that web is tough to fight through.
If you've got a bunch of cash, that's enough almost by itself to be probable cause that you're going to lose the money.
You can go to court to try to get your stuff back, but hiring an attorney is often more expensive than what was taken.
People go in there and try to do it themselves, and it's them in a system that's set up that's geared towards losing your money against a really experienced attorney trying to take your money and by themselves, and they can't succeed.
Kansas law is also unique. It requires you to pay the state's attorney's fees if you lose your case, but if you win, the state doesn't have to cover your fees.
The state has nothing to lose if they don't win the forfeiture case. They have nothing at stake.
Law enforcement just has to show there's about a 50-50 chance the money, gun, or car was part of a crime. It's up to you to prove it wasn't.
That is an infinitely unlevel playing field that you have to prove it.
14 states require a conviction before property can be taken. Kansas and federal law don't.
Would you support them changing it?
I don't think I have a dog in that fight.
I don't want to encourage them to start charging people and trying to convict people. But if you raise the burden of proof to at least clear and convincing before they take away your life savings, seems like a fair idea to me.
The law hasn't changed much in centuries.
I can't tell you why it was set up the way it is. I can't tell you why they made the decisions. This is certainly long before my time.
It's law designed for pirates.
You heard that right. Conviction isn't required because back when the law was passed, some 200 years ago, pirates couldn't be tracked down for court dates.
The question is, maritime shipping law from the 1700s is what's dictating what happens on our highway. It doesn't make any sense.
Joseph, the Highway Patrol, and others found common ground for reforms this year. The big change makes more information publicly available.
It's very, very spread out. It's very disparate. It's very hard to get a complete and overall picture.
Anyone can see why people are pulled over and their license plate info.
I think there's a problem. Others disagree, but now we'll know. We'll have data.
Come on back.
Law enforcement still calls forfeiture a tool for crime.
If we're going to do asset forfeiture, we want to do it right.
Joseph still worries it creates innocent victims.
The question is, do you just simply not give process and rights and have a level playing field because most of the time it's drug money?
The recent reforms passed may not end up happening. Lawmakers didn't pass any funding for the changes. It's still unclear if that will ever happen. If you're wondering how much money your local agency has taken and how it's spending it, we have the records for many Kansas cities and counties on our website at KMBC.com.